Welcome back to Tap Tech, where we cut through the hype to show you what tech really feels like when used. If you care about gaming on the go, about power and portability, then stick around, because the ROG Ally X looks like it might change what handheld gaming can be. The moment I turned on the Ally X, I felt ASUS was answering the biggest complaint about the original Ally: battery life. With a massive 80 Wh battery, this handheld already starts strong. In real gaming, this means you finally get sessions that feel usable, not just short bursts. I fired up Shadow of the Tomb Raider in performance mode, around 17W, and got about 2.5 hours of play before it died. Not perfect, but in contrast with many other handhelds, that's a big win. Gaming experience varies depending on what you play and how you tweak things. Indie games like Hades 2 or platformers shine, smooth, responsive, hitting high frame rates, with very acceptable power draw. AAA games are still pushing the limits. You'll need to dial settings down or accept mid-FPS in demanding scenes. Rocket League at 1080p flies at 120Hz when settings permit, but in heavier titles you often aim for 30 to 50 frames per second depending on TDP mode. Display is very good. ASUS kept the same 7-inch Full HD 1920 by 1080 IPS touch display as before, with 120Hz refresh rate and variable refresh rate (VRR), and around 500 nits peak brightness. That means outdoor visibility is decent, and fast-moving action looks smooth. Colors are nice for IPS, maybe not as punchy as OLED, but less risk of burn-in, consistent performance, and less cost. Controls, ergonomics, and build are refined. The grips feel more solid, the buttons are better placed, fan noise a bit more controlled. The joysticks feel precise. Thermal design was improved, thinner fan blades, better airflow, so the back and side vents handle heat better. Underloaded warms up, yes, but it's less uncomfortable than the previous generation. On the performance side, the ROG Ally X uses the AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme chip, paired with 24GB LPDDR5-7500 RAM and up to 1TB NVMe SSD storage. That gives it headroom for demanding workloads, fast load times, and enough memory to manage resource-hungry games and background tasks. Switching between operating modes, silent, performance, turbo, gives you control. You can push for max visuals or conserve battery. Turbo at 25W, 30W when plugged in, gives the best frame rates, but drains battery fastest. Performance mode, 17W, is a better compromise. Silent/lower TDP works well for less demanding games. Battery and charging, doubling the battery size over the original Ally is the biggest change. Charging with the included 65W adapter fills from empty to full in about 2 hours. Use a higher wattage charger, if supported, and you can speed that up. For casual use, streaming, lighter games, browsing, battery life can stretch to 4 to 6 hours depending on brightness and TDP. Speakers and audio aren't the highlight, but they're competent. Stereo speakers are loud enough for portable play, detail is okay, bass is limited, as usually in handhelds. Using headphones, things get much more immersive. Microphones with AI noise cancellation help when you take voice chats or record clips. Connectivity and extras, it includes USB-C ports, fast transfer, charging, microSD expansion, good controls. The software side has improved. Armoury Crate interface gives better control over profiles, power limits, display settings, etc. It feels more mature than the original Ally in terms of usability. Now, what isn't perfect? The device is still heavy, close to 678 grams, which makes long sessions in hand more tiring. Battery life under heavy AAA games in turbo mode still eats up charge fast. 2 hours is great, but if you want marathon sessions you'll need to be plugged in or lower settings. Screen is an OLED, so blacks aren't perfect. Contrast isn't as dramatic. Also, Windows 11 still shows its limitations in handheld context. Some games or apps are not optimized, some UI elements feel small or awkward for touch. Prices feel premium, and given these trade-offs, you should buy this only if you care about performance and flexibility more than pure battery or weight. But for what it offers, the value is much better than many alternatives. Here are the pros and cons in short. Pros: much improved battery over earlier Ally models, percentage better realism in portable sessions. Strong hardware, Ryzen Z1 Extreme, 24GB RAM, good S. Storage: high refresh display with VRR, smooth visuals for many game types. Good cooling improvements and more comfortable heat handling. Flexible power/TDP modes allow you to balance performance versus battery. Cons: still heavy, long sessions in hand get tiring. In AAA games at high settings and turbo mode, battery drops fast. No OLED, contrast and black levels not as strong. Windows 11 is imperfect for handhelds, some UX and app issues persist. Premium price, full performance often uses up battery quickly. Final verdict: the ROG Ally X is among the best Windows handheld gaming PCs you can buy in 2025. It doesn't solve every problem, but it moves the bar notably higher, especially for battery life and performance in a handheld form. If you want something more capable than most, that can run full PC games on the go, and are willing to accept some form compromises, weight, settings, price, then Ally X is seriously compelling. For gamers who travel, enjoy long sessions outdoors, or want power in hand, it makes a strong case. Thanks for watching Tap Tech, where we tell you what you need to know, not just what looks good on paper. If this review helped you get closer to deciding whether the ROG Ally X is right for you, hit subscribe. More handhelds, more real-world reviews, and tech that pushes boundaries are coming next.